So start off with a period of about 25 minutes of meditation. So first thing to do when we meditate is to get the body into a appropriate position. So we want a body that's upright, having the spinal column aligned, the vertebrae is almost stacked one on top of the other. In the head, the skull just balanced on top. And while the spinal column is upright, alert, all of our musculature can just relax. Just as a coat on a coat rack, there's no need for any musculature, any tension. Now with the body in a meditative posture, sitting upright, but not too stuck up, and fully relaxed, but not lax. Now we can set the mind up. And for this period of time, I'll just lead some light guidance on a meditation around feeling, around Vedana, the second of the 5 aggregates. And people are welcome to just meditate with whatever your normal or most comfortable meditation object is. If that's the breath, that's totally fine, or paying attention to a mantra, whatever it is, that's totally fine. But if you're inclined to join in, experiment with perhaps slightly different meditation object, then please, you can just join along. So with this, we'll bring our attention to the top of the head. And just pay attention to any feeling that's present. And when the Buddha talks about feeling, he talks in terms of usually 3 types of feeling. Pleasant, which is sukha, unpleasant, which is dukkha, and neither pleasant nor unpleasant, or neutral. And at the top of your head, just feel whatever's there. Might be some sense of tingling, some coolness from the wind, maybe some heat if you've got hair. And rather than paying attention to the name, whatever you name it, just using these 3 labels of pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. If it's just a fairly nondescript sensation you feel, then you can just label that neutral feeling. Now we'll begin scanning down the body. So moving your attention to the forehead. Just noticing, is this pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral? Regardless of whatever story you have of, I've got too many wrinkles, or my face always looks angry, or whatever it is, just feeling from the inside, pleasant, painful, or neutral. And feeling down through the nose, upper lip, around the mouth, and the chin, the jaw. And In each of these places, as you scan down through the feelings of the body, just noting, is this pleasant, painful, or unpleasant, or neutral? Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Sukha, dukkha, or adukkama sukha. Feeling the neck, and the shoulders. You can feel down both arms at the same time, upper arms, lower arms, down into the hands. And we're not trying to get any particular sensation, any particular feeling. We're not, with this type of meditation, trying to maximize the pleasant. We're just noticing what's there. Is this pleasant, even a little bit? Or is this unpleasant, even just a little bit? Or is it neutral, just neither? And then bringing attention to the chest and the belly. These very simple labels that we're recognizing, just pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Down through our legs, upper legs, lower legs, into the feet. Pleasant, painful, or neutral. And now that we've reached the bottom of the feet, we can begin scanning back up. Just at your own pace, whatever feels comfortable. Just keeping things within this very simple framework which the Buddha gave us of a non-complicated recognition. Is this sensation here in this part of my body pleasant, painful, or neutral? And we're just seeing these feelings as they manifest right now. This is vipassana, clear seeing. And if you can't tell, is this pleasant or is this unpleasant? Is this neutral? It's actually not so important. This isn't a graded test. No one's watching. It's not a analytical or intellectual exercise that we're doing. We're really just trying to let the mind become embodied, stay embodied, and just recognize sensations in a very simple way. And the mind might wander off, thoughts of the future or past. And you can just bring it back to wherever you last remember, scanning in the body, noting in the body. And if you can't remember where you left off, then you can just bring attention to the top of the head and then begin scanning back down. And when you reach the feet, scanning up. And then back down at the top of the head. At whatever pace feels most comfortable. So far we've been watching bodily feelings, pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. But in a Buddhist context, Vedana, feeling, also includes a mental aspect. So mental pleasure, mental unpleasure. And if you can, see if you can get a sense for the mental pleasure of just being aware. So when the mind is mindful, there's a subtle, pleasant mental feeling that comes along with that. A brightness, a lightness, a flexibility, adaptability, a workability, an uprightness of mind, which is bright. This is mental pleasure born of mindfulness, being aware. And if this makes sense to you, then you can just rest in this mental pleasure. You don't have to feel it necessarily in any one particular part of the body. You can feel it almost in the whole body, or just experience it as a mental feeling, not embodied. Or you can feel it in your heart and just rest there if you can. The mental pleasure of just being mindful. If your mind doesn't want to settle, then that's totally okay. you can just continue scanning the body from top to bottom, noticing pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. It's not the case that pleasant is an A plus and unpleasant is an F minus and neutral is maybe a C. Every answer is correct. Whatever you're experiencing is correct. And whether you want to and are able to rest in this pleasant mental feeling, which comes from being mindful, or you're practicing scanning the body, noting sensations, all of this is right practice. You're learning about the mind, learning about the body. you're experiencing any restlessness, the mind just wants to think, 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 think. You can, if you're doing the body scan, you can maybe give a bit more attention to scanning downwards from the top of the head. If you are just watching and being with the mental pleasure of being mindful, but there's still some restlessness, see if you can pay attention to the stillness that's there, the stillness that comes along with this mental pleasure associated with mindfulness. Or if you were up too late last night or got up too early this morning, and the body and mind are a bit tired, you can pay attention to the upward scanning of the body. Or you can give emphasis to the brightness of mental clarity. And in the last few minutes of a meditation session, it can just be a nice thing, especially when we're in a group like this, is to just practice loving kindness meditation just a bit. You can do that however you're accustomed, or you can bring your attention to the heart space, the middle of the chest. Just any vibration or warmth that you feel there. With that warmth, it radiates outwards and inwards. And just think, may I be happy, and may all beings be happy. Everyone here and everyone not here. May all beings be happy.